peeps, welcome back to the newest episode of Just Ask the GOAT with yours truly, Neira the G.O.A.T. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed the podcast. If you're a returning guest, what's down, cousin? I'm so happy that you're back. Let's get into this week's episode. Hey peeps, it's your favorite manifesting cousin Neira, and I am here with another podcast episode. Just Ask the GOAT. This week's episode is called Life Under the Scope, Turning Lemons into Teasers. And so on the last episode, I kind of talked to you guys about how I came up with the idea for my second teaser for my docuseries, Life Under the Scope, A Journey to Creative Entrepreneurship, and how it was birthed from me being in jail. And revisiting some feelings that I had about my ideas still being used at a company that I used to work for a year after no longer working for that company. And today I kind of want to talk about the day of filming, right? So after I got out of jail, I used this screenwriting program called Final Draft. So if there are any writers that are out there, I would suggest that you invest in the screenwriting software Final Draft, and I am not getting paid by them, but that's what I use. And so any script that I write, I actually write it in Final Draft. I used to use Celtics, now I use Final Draft. And I was writing the script for the teaser, and I had in mind the actress that I wanted to play of the lady that bumps into me in the store. At this current moment, I had a videographer that I've worked with previously that was supposed to actually work with me. And I was getting everything in order. Like, I had my shot list created, I had the script created, I knew what props I was going to be using, all of those things. I'm very detailed. And as I've grown as a creative, I've learned to be more and more detailed when it comes to the script and the directive, for just in case I actually have to step in the scene and I am the talent and I'm not able to direct as much. Like, I try to be as detailed as possible. So anyway, I filmed the first part of the teaser inside of Starbucks. Um, and that ended up going pretty seamless. I was filming by myself. I had my tripod with me, and I was, maneuvering the camera. I got a whole bunch of different angles, and I even got the barista to actually do the voiceover part for the end of it. And that was like really, really easy. It was good. The days leading up to when I was supposed to actually shoot in Target, everything was cool. My actress was on board. My camera person was being kind of flaky, and I was like, well, I might actually have to do this myself, but I don't know. They might pull through. So I don't know. In the morning of the shoot, I actually went to have a conversation with my parents, because at this point, my mom and my dad hadn't known that I went to jail. Um, and I was just kind of wanting to share with them where I was at in my process of creativity, what I was working on, and really just going over there to ask them for the support. And long story short, my mom and my dad gave me, the okay that they were behind me and whatever I wanted to do. But my mom was like, Neira, please don't go and film in those people's store without asking first. And I was like, girl, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. Let me tell you something. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm going to push the limit. I'm going to push the limit until I might even cross whatever that limit is. And I live by this, what do they say? You just go for it and you ask for forgiveness later. Like, you don't ask for permission, you ask for forgiveness. So if there's something that I want to do, I'm going for it. I'm not asking. I'm not asking for permission. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to take what's mine. And my mama is so safe. She do not live life like that. She lives life by the word of the Lord. And I'm a little bit of a rebel, and I'm like, nah, if I need to get some things done, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then if I go in the store and they kick me out, they'll just kick me out. I'm not stealing anything. They can't prove that I stole anything. So I'm just going to do it. So anyway, the day of, I'm trying to get in touch with my actress, and it is just a mess. Like, oh, I'm coming. Oh, I'm running late. Oh, I'm in traffic. Oh, I'm this and that. And long story short, I ended up making it to the parking lot of where we were shooting, and it just looked like she wasn't coming. Um, Earlier that day, I actually reached out to my friend Chayla, and Chayla and I have been friends since, I don't know, probably elementary school. Shayla was in talented drama. She's super, super talented. She can act, she can sing, she can do all of the things. And I had hit her up earlier that day and I said, yo, my actress seems like she might be a little flaky. Would you be okay being a backup person to me? And she told me what her schedule was. And she said, but I could do it between this time and this time. And I was like, okay, cool. So my friend Bruce and I were waiting in the parking lot for the actress. She's not coming. And at this point, when you go into film in a store or in a public place and you don't have like video release forms and all of the paperwork and all of that, not only are you like not trying to get other customers in your shot, you're also not trying to get caught by loss prevention. And there are different peak times at stores of when people are coming in the shop. So at this point, we got to the store when it was fairly early, or in one of those down times where people weren't coming to shop. And as we're waiting for the actress who's on her way, she's been on her way almost 2 hours now and still haven't got there. Now people are starting to get off of work and they're filling the parking lot up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I reached out to Chayla and I'm like, listen, I don't think my actress is coming. She was on her way home and it was nothing but like a flip. She was like, girl, I'm turning around right now. I'm on the way. My homegirl Monique, who works in New Orleans, she was on her way home from work and she even made it to the location before the actress had called me back or reached back out to me. And so she came through. And something I just want to touch on is the importance of relationships. Well, number one, let me back up a little bit. This episode is called Turning Lemons into Teasers. So the start of all of this came out of chaos, right? Like me being in jail, the shoe getting pushed back, all of that. And so I still was like, no, I'm not going to allow this to stop me from doing what I plan on doing. Um, and as the day is progressing and I'm feeling excited, and any creative or entrepreneur who's out there listening, or any person that's out there listening, can probably relate to when you finally got past all your jitters and you just want to get the shit done and you're here, it always seems like there is some opposing force that is trying to stop you from going forth with whatever the dream is, the vision is, the goal is. And you have to just muster up the courage, the strength, and the mental, like you just have to go, you have to push past it. You have to push past the opposition that's in front of you and figure it out. And so I'm happy that one, I was able to do that, but two, I'm also happy, and my friends who showed up for me are a testament to the relationships that I do my best to cultivate, and I've always done my best to cultivate my entire life. I have been in so many situations that it is because of the friends I have and the people that I'm connected to that shit is able to get done. And as much as I have taught myself to do on my own, I'm never fully a one woman show because there's always somebody's support that is helping to continue to push me forward. And I'm so grateful for that. So, like, my friend Bruce came in and he ended up being my camera person. I had to kind of like teach him through and talk him through what to do. My friend Monique ended up being my behind the scenes person. She was getting pictures and videos behind the scenes. And Shayla came in and really saved the day to be my actress. And so I'm so grateful for the three of them for coming in and doing pro bono work for me, like unpaid work. They took their time, like as soon as they got off of work. And it's a beautiful thing when you have people that will show up for you regardless of whatever they have going on in their individual lives. You know what I'm saying? Monique was on her way from work to go get her kids. Shayla was on her way from work to go do whatever with her son, to do whatever she needed to do. Bruce had probably worked like the night before overnight and drove an hour just to come to me to do these things. And I'm so blessed to have people that are able to step in. But this is why you treat people right. This is why when people ask you to do things, you go and you do it, or you offer up help and you extend your services, because that's what gets reciprocated back to you when you're in these types of moments. And so we were able to, because I had already had the script, I had sent Shayla the script earlier that morning just in case she was going to be my actress. While she was on the way to the site. I had already prepped Monique and Bruce on what I needed each of them to do. We had went through the shot list, we went through the script, and they were all on board. And we had a plan to go in there and to get it done right, and to get it done as soon as possible without any of us getting kicked out. Now, I am actually going to be making a YouTube video or reel of some of the behind the scenes footage of us together, because I ain't gonna lie, as much as my friends love me and they stepped in for me, everybody ain't. Film is not their wheelhouse. Content creation is not in their wheelhouse. So I got some friends that got ADHD. They were getting distracted. I said, we're going to go in the store. We're going to go this direction. Y'all are going to go this direction. Everybody got lost trying to get to the right aisle. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess, but we were able to get it done, and I'm so blessed. Like I said, to be able to have those people. And y'all, there was some unexpected things. The camera person never came, and still hasn't contacted me. This was back in August. Still haven't talked to the camera person since then. I ended up getting in touch with the actress, but it was hours after we were already done. And I just decided, like, hey, we got the shot. At the end of the day, we got the shot. The teaser came out well, and I went home and I stayed up probably until 3, I don't know, 4 the next morning, editing that footage myself. And it came out really, really well, considering it was all done on an iPhone. And something else that I want to touch on is, like, a lot of the times we prolong whatever it is that God has shown us that we need to do, because we feel like we don't have the resources, or we don't have the equipment, or we don't have the people, or we're constantly looking and picking apart what we don't have, instead of focusing on what we do have. And what I know from my experience in life, and from my experience in my career, nobody starts off having everything to have a 6-figure budget to film content or to film movies. Some things are just shot on whatever it is that they have. And I believe that as a creative, as a storyteller myself, if the story is good enough, the people are gonna watch. It's like, you look at these movies on Tubi. It's so funny. You can watch a movie on Tubi, and it is like the most terrible acting. The camera angles are awful. But the storyline is so good, you end up continuing to watch it until the end. And so I knew that if there's nothing else that I know how to do, I can create a great story. If there's nothing else that I know how to do, I know how to capture the attention of the audience. I know how to hook people in. Like the great Mariah Carey says,
I'll do the best I can with what I got. Oh!
When I finally put out the second teaser, I had a feeling of relief, because there was so much opposition leading up to it. And I was just like, damn, I finally got over that hump. And I was so pleased with how it came out. I was so pleased, more than, and here's the thing, when I think about manifestation, when I think about having an idea, a dream, or a goal, you start off thinking about, oh man, how cool would it be to attain X, Y, and Z? But the most beautiful part of putting your goals and your dreams out into the atmosphere is the journey to get there. You know what I mean? I think that, after I had got out of jail, I think my phone was off. Yeah, my phone was off. I had went over to my mom and my dad to get them to give me some money to put my phone back on. And I have just faced challenges. I'm going to be totally honest and transparent, because somebody out here is listening to me and they are going through things. You might listen to this and feel like, oh, damn, I'm glad I ain't got it that bad. Or you might listen to this and say, dang, I remember when it was that bad. Or you might listen to this and think, damn, I'm going through this right now, but I know that I'll be able to get over it. And I just want to share, this story is like, at the end of the day, opposition is always going to be there. Life is going to always throw lemons at you. And what do? You make teasers. No, seriously, life is going to always throw opposition at you, regardless of whatever the goal is. And it's just important that you know that you have everything that you already need. I said this in the last episode, and I'm going to keep on saying it. Everything you need, you already have it. It's important to remember that your network is a lot of the times your safety net. And so reach out to the people that love you. Reach out to the people that are riding for you, because even if they don't know how to film the content, or they may not know how to cook, or they may not know how to model or whatever, because they want to see you win, they're going to show up for you. And if they can't show up for you, then they just might not be your people. And you need to know that too, you know? But it's important to remember not to be afraid to ask for help. Learn to adapt when things do not go as planned. I said it in the last episode. I said it in a conversation with a friend last night. You have to learn how to pivot quickly. Pivot quickly. Expect the unexpected, because it's always some fucking unexpected shit that's gonna happen, and you just gotta pivot quickly. Allow yourself to turn your setbacks into your strengths. Whenever you have a moment where you want to do something and you just can't seem to get it, don't even, I'm not going to say don't get frustrated, because frustration is a natural emotion. But in that frustration, just take a beat. Take a beat to like maybe perfect the plan, reschedule, see where there might be some loopholes, or things that you could fix, or things that you can enhance, and work on that. Every challenge is a plot twist to your story. So just keep writing, keep creating, keep developing. And I just want to talk about the importance of perseverance. It's not about having a perfect plan. You don't have to have things perfect, but you do just need to take action. You know, we do know that the manifestation of no action at all is no results. So you have to do something. And so once you do something, you begin to build up confidence within yourself to just keep on going, to keep on creating. And you gotta execute it. Perfection is the enemy of getting shit done. So just do it. Even if it's wrong, even if it's a little crooked. When you decide that you want to do something, you have to stick it all the way through. You have to stick it out all the way through. And nothing is perfect. I believe that if you talk to any other content creator, any other entrepreneur, there's hardly ever an event, a product launch, a, a release of something that ever just goes perfectly and smoothly. That's not how life goes. There will always be hiccups to everything that we do. But it's important to understand that perfection is the enemy of getting things done. And so we could over obsess about the details of everything. Like, it would have been so easy for me to get all the way to Target, and when the extras wasn't showing up, just say, fuck it, never mind. For me to not reach out to Chayla, for me to not reach out to Monique, you know what I mean? For me to feel like, oh my gosh, my friends don't know how to record shit. Like, I'm not going to be able to get this done if I'm not the one to do it. No, it is in those moments of things not being perfect that you have an opportunity to grow, that you have an opportunity to stretch yourself beyond what it is that you know how to do, to stretch the people around you beyond their limitations and what they feel like they can do. And it's a learning experience for everybody. I have learned in my 35 years of life, especially in the space of creativity and entrepreneurship, is if you don't, nobody knows how to do something right from the very beginning. And so it is through the trying that you learn what you may need for the next time, or how to do it better for the next time, or even how you develop speed for the next time. But you cannot learn or acquire any of these skills until you actually take the action to do it. And once you take the action, you have to see it through. Like, it doesn't matter if it's me choosing to film something, or even me going to the gym. There are days when I go to the gym and I leave my house and I drive 15 minutes to go to the gym. And I sit in the parking lot and do not want to work out. But I'm already here. So it's like, while I'm here, you might as well just follow through with it. And it's the same way for those that want to create content, or you started the business. Why the hell would you go and pay for an LLC, pay for a website, create the content, and then not post it? That's like having sex and getting all the way to the end. You about to have an orgasm, and then you just decide that you don't want to come to move. What? Like, why wouldn't you finish? Why would you finish? And I know that that was a graphic example or analogy, and my mama is really gonna lose her shit when she hear that one. But it's like, why would you get all the way to the end and just stop? Why would you get all the halfway and just stop? You have to keep going. You have to see it through to the end. And so I just wanted to share that and I wanted to highlight my friends for coming in and helping me because, again, I can't do anything by myself. There's a lot of things I can do by myself, but I would be a liar if I said that I was able to put all of these things together alone. So I wanted to highlight my friends in this episode, and I want to encourage you guys to remember that when life gives you lemons, turn them bitches into teasers. Turn them bitches into that business. When life gives you lemons, turn that breakup into a glow up. When life gives you lemons, turn that turn that despair into praise. When life gives you lemons, turn that sadness into encouragement. There is nothing that is too hard for God, and there is nothing that is too hard for you. If you have been brought to it, you will definitely get through it. And you have to understand that you are so much greater than your circumstances. The circumstances are the circumstances. The problems are the problems. The lemons are the lemons. These things are going to happen no matter what. None of us are absolved from fucked up shit happening to us. Everybody's got fucked up shit happening to them, even when they don't tell you. You have to learn how to be able to push past it and to still get the shit done. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please check out the first teaser, the second teaser, the third teaser, and the first and second episode of Life Under the Scope, a journey to creative entrepreneurship. Episode 3 is on the way, y'all, but I really wanted to catch my podcast up along with the episode. So, and after I finish this episode, I will be uploading the behind the scenes footage of us filming the second teaser, which is pretty funny. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. Go for it. Be great. Always remember what you're seeking is seeking you too, and happy manifesting. Hey peeps, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. I hope that you were able to find a jewel that you can keep with you every day, or put it in your back pocket for a later date. If there are any topics that you'd like for me to discuss on the podcast, please feel free to shoot me an email to Neira the G.O.A.T @gmail.com. Remember to like this episode, share it with a friend, leave a comment, give it a rating, whatever floats your boat. Go forth, be great. Always remember what you're seeking is seeking you too, and everything that you need is already within you. So go within.